Hey there, today we're going to be taking a look at Milwaukee's M18 half-inch drill driver. This is your entry-level drill with the M18 class, and we're going to take a close look at this. Before we do, make sure you subscribe, hit that notify bell, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And definitely leave some comments down below because I'd love to get back to you and have a conversation, what you like and what you don't like. So let's take a close look at this. This again is the Milwaukee M18. Code is 2606-20. It's a half-inch drill driver. They cost around 125 bucks Canadian. It has roughly 500 inch-pounds of torque on it. And in level 1, we're going between 0 and 450 RPMs. And then you can flick the switch. And level 2, we're looking at 0 to 1800 RPMs. Now this is not a hammer drill. Okay, it just has the drill mode here, and on the chuck, or the clutch I mean, you've got all the modes here. So basically the way this clutch works, if you're not familiar, if you're new to tools, construction, or you're a handy person, or you're just a hobbyist and you want to build something, this basically, like, let's say, well, it'll be easier to show you, but if you're driving a screw and you don't want to drive it in too far, level 4, it'll kind of unlock the chuck here so you won't over torque your screw. So the higher you get, the more torque you're putting into your bit and into your screw or your drill. And once you're up in this drill mode, then the clutch is ignored and it's just going to go. And if you hit a nail or something, this will sort of wrench on your wrist. So this really protects your wrist. If you're worried at all, keep it on level 16 and you'll be protected. But saying that, if you're going through some really hard wood, this might start to engage and then you're not going to be able to finish your task. So you might just have to two-hand this thing to finish your hole or to finish your driving of a screw. So that's a little bit of info on what these clutches are and what they do. And I'll kind of demonstrate here when we start drilling. We are going to drill a couple holes in this 4x6. Now, you can get a belt clip with this. Sometimes they come with it, sometimes they don't. And it'll go on both sides. So pretty easy. There's an LED light on the front right here. And I'll just slap this battery in so you can see it. So there we go. Nice bright LED light. If you press the trigger down all the way, the light stays on a little bit longer. Right here we've got the forward and reverse button, and it also locks the trigger out. So if I press it from the other side, okay, that's reverse. Put it in the middle, locks the trigger, put it all the way, and now that's going forward. This is not a brushless model. All right, so something to keep in mind. They're still selling these in the stores, and that's why I'm talking about these tools. I'm getting a lot of comments about why am I starting off with these tools that have been around for so long. It's because I want to go through the whole lineup of Milwaukee's tools, and I'm going to start at the bottom and I want to work my way up. And of course, when there's some really cool stuff like the packouts over here, I got to review those right away, which we've already done, so check those videos out. But yeah, I just kind of want to start at the bottom when it comes to the drills, drivers, saws, all that type of stuff, and just sort of work my way up and get to know the company and the tool a little bit better, because I am a Dewalt guy, and as you can see, and so yeah, I'm just kind of familiarizing myself with all their tools and running them through the paces on my job sites and seeing, you know, what I like and what I don't like. This, again, like I say, is very entry level, not brushless. So if you're a homeowner, if you're a do-it-yourselfer, if you're a craftsman, whatever, you may not need the brushless model, and you might just need this entry level model, which, you know, is under $200. So it gets the job done. It's reliable. It's not over heavy. You know, it's just really, really easy to use. I don't know if these burn out like Dewalt's. I've burnt out a couple of Dewalt's drills over the last couple of years just from trying to be a little bit too aggressive with them. So Milwaukee has this thing called Red Link. Now, this tool doesn't have it in the battery because this is not a Red Link battery. But if you buy a Red Link battery, it will connect to this tool, and if you're driving it too hard or whatever, it will turn it off and supposedly stop you from burning out the motor and all that other jazz. So I'd like to try it. I got to get my hands on a Red Link battery and give it a go because I do want to see how well that works. I've just read about it, but something to consider if you are worried about that. Maybe buy that nicer battery. All right, so we're going to use a 1-inch bit here. This is a pretty aggressive bit because it has the screw threads on the front. Okay, so this is really going to suck this bit through this wood. And I find if you've got an underpowered drill, these bits will really, really show it because they are so aggressive and they just suck right through. They want to pull this bit through. So this, not only am I going to be pushing hard, but this is going to be helping with drilling a hole. So let's do that. Let's pound out some holes. Another thing I want to point out though first is the battery. The battery that came with this does have a meter on the front, so if you just press the button, we've got 3 bars. Okay, if we had 4 red bars and we'd be at 100%, right now we're at 75% charge. So let's drill some holes. I'm going to clamp this down. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Now we'll start on level 2. And see, there's that clutch. I'm on clutch number 2. So if I get this up to just drilling, I'm just going to back it out. Then the clutch won't engage. See, it just killed it right there. So very aggressive. Let's put it on level 1 and see if we can actually do this. Okay, so level 1, we've got a lower speed and it gets right through it, no problem. Level 2 though, it just, the RPMs are too fast, and that's how you'll burn out a drill, is if you're in level 2 and you're going through some thick wood and you're using an aggressive bit, you might smoke this thing out. So we'll try it again. See, just dies, doesn't want to go. Now if I put the clutch on, just to show you, level 16. See, I can barely hold the drill, and that's not hurting my hand at all. So that protects you. All right. So level 1, let's do one more hole just to make sure that we weren't lucky. Let's try it out again. All right, no smoke, doesn't smell. I have a few Dewalts back in the day where that hole would have just killed it. So it does the job. You got to be careful though. You might not want to use a bit like this. You might want to use a Spade bit, which is less aggressive, and because a lot of Spade bits don't have this threaded front, so it's more just eating away at the material as opposed to sucking you into the material. And actually, let's try a Spade bit on level 2 just for fun. gotta find one. I think I got some back here. Yeah. So here's a spade bit with the threaded front. And here's one without. So let's try this one. This one's a bit chewed up, but we'll give it a shot. Level 2. Okay, so it'll do it. I'm gonna go through my table here. I gotta be careful. I'll push this over. Let's keep going with that. There we go. So that's a perfect example, guys, of using the right bit with the right mode. The spade bit, like I said, this is a little bit dull, so if you had a sharp one, that hole would have been a lot easier. Now let's do the exact same size with a threaded front. See? Just dies. You can't handle the threaded fronts. So that's something to think about with this drill. What type of bits are you going to use? It'll handle the spade bits without the threaded front. In mode 2, which is a higher RPM, you're getting that 1800 RPMs. But you're better off to go in a lower RPM when you're drilling, 1-inch holes through big pieces of wood. So something to think about. Just a little demo for you, and what these, because you see these all the time. Bosch is always selling these 1-inch bits. These they're Daredevil bits. They're really, really good, but they are super aggressive, and you got to have the right tool for them. So let me know down in the comments if you're using this drill. Have you used this drill? Are you thinking about buying one? Because I like it. I think it's great if you're just getting into the trades, or if you are a hobbyist or someone who's just owns a home and needs a drill. This will do the trick. And you don't necessarily need an impact. You can get away with this if you're just doing little stuff around the house. So yeah, not bad for entry level Milwaukee non-brushless M18. Leave some comments down below, guys. Subscribe, hit that notify bell. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Till next time, keep on crushing it. Catch you later.